Yoga for Healing Warriors. We're going to tap back in and see what else there is we need to know about what's going on behind the scenes. What's for our future? What else do we need to know, Holy Spirit? Beyond compare. Comparing new partners to past experiences. So someone may be dating and comparing what they have now with what they once had. Taking a fresh new look at what is in front of them and what they missed. Seeing that they need to choose wisely and consider long-term issues before commitment. That's very important. Loyalty. Comparing maybe with what they once had with what they have now. Wondering if they chose wisely. And if this person is as loyal as what they once had. Standing by each other through thick and thin. They're wondering if that bond is strong enough to last. And if they chose wisely. Or is it just a stroke of passion and they're trying to keep that love alive with passion? First off, if that's what you're leading with, that's a no-go. Not with a sexual passion. Not because, oh, we like the same things. Oh, we like to go to the same places. But deeper than that, the loyalty. Considering long-term issues. Someone may now be comparing what they have now with what they had before. There's no attraction. It's purely lust, maybe what they're in now. It was all about desire, power, and alluring, but not a attraction emotionally, mentally, and physically. Something that would endure, a bond between the two. Put your family first and spend time together. Maybe they're seeing that what they have between them may be a child. That is the bond that's holding them together. But it's not a bond of loyalty, compassion, going in the same direction. And this comparing that they're doing, comparing what they have now with what they once had, communicating and saying what needs to be said through tough times and good times. Speaking the truth of what they really feel to make a sturdy bond, to build a strong foundation with combined effort, not based on lust, not based on looks or someone's pockets. Something that is united, two together, that's lasting and stable. Maybe they're realizing now that what they had was more stable and sturdy support than what they have. Now wishing for calmer waters. And now they want to get rid of the upheaval and leave the drama behind. Knowing now they should choose wisely for long-term commitment. Not fanning the flames of desire, but doing what it takes to keep the passion alive. Maybe someone is trying to renew this spark with romance. this loyalty, standing by each other, going in the same direction, on smooth waters, finding strength in unique views and growing together, accepting the truth that maybe it was this child that caused this bond, and now they want to break free and get out of a situation. Maybe now they're saying they feel better solo dolo than just saying that they have someone, becoming independent and free. Escaping a spark that went out. Wanting to make a good home life and settling down. This burning bright spark was just a rambling rose. They're growing apart. And now they feel they need space because there is no attraction. And they want to mend their souls and love with purpose and heal. This attraction that's not there, they want to leave. They want to go to calmer waters, but now they're going back and forth maybe in their mind, being confused emotionally because where they have themselves, seeing that they were inspired by the dance they had together that was not based on something deeper, that they are now comparing this love song with, that they're realizing was just a spark of passion that may have brought in, where is that? This love child. And this love story, they're unsure of. They're questioning their past actions and current decisions. They're having doubts, and they need time to themselves to meditate and go within to see what truly lives within inside of them, what they are empowered by, harnessing their strengths and having confidence. This fan of flames that cause this spark that they're trying to keep lit, at least one of them, that want to put aside differences and soar to the next level. They're hoping that this person is understanding and let them go so they can go to calmer waters to what better suits them in their long-term goals and success. Not something that's a quick passion where the flame goes out quickly as it was lit. They're embracing this change, going through the challenges of true connection so that that can flourish. They want to take this journey of growth and make a shift in their lives. They want to break free. Let's grab some tarot and see what exactly these energies are that may be dealing with this situation, that wants to come into balance and harmony, making financial plans for this move. This person that is unsure and questioning their past actions is separating from this union. They're feeling the imbalance and the tensions, and bad communication is going on between the two that are making them both withdrawn from each other. water element, and I also saw Sagittarius. We have fire out here. They want to walk away quietly without really being seen from this falsehood, this disloyalty. And they want to keep it a secret that they were even in this situation. They want to put aside these differences, separate from this union that they feel they've been bound to, trapped by temptation and lust and addictions, materialistic things, things that are not sturdy, things that are not of their truth. They want to break free from. They want to break free from this bond they have, because it's not really love. It's based on lust and material things. This Emperor, someone finding their grounding maybe. They want balance. They want to celebrate in truth, having stability, emotionally, financially, mentally. They're feeling caged and they want to break free. So they're looking beyond this area they stand, wanting to make progress and growth. They want to explore other options. They feel like they will grow financially also, breaking free from this addictions, this bind of lust and temptations, addictions, that's causing them to be in debt, sleepless nights, tensions and worries. They may be worried about this person that they're leaving and how they're growing apart. It's causing them a lot of stress and sleepless nights. They're trying to rest and recover. They're trying to meditate and communicate with their higher selves and their ancestors to see how they will be guided to move. In this back and forth situation that has them in their head, they're gaining clarity, wisdom, and using their authority in leading themselves, cutting away what does not serve them, possibly a Queen of Swords that's standing guard. Give me one more on this Queen of Swords, because we also have this Emperor here that's looking out to the future, trying to see which way to go. This Queen of Swords is reckless, tactless, a bully, very aggressive, a ruthless, arrogant female that this Emperor is trying to release himself from. Gaining passion to take that forward movement, take action, having ambition and being determined. But he knows it's a financial risk. In this relationship that's breaking apart, what do we need to know about this Two of Cups? Two of Cups, Holy Spirit, what do we need to know? They're arguing, they're fighting, they're facing a lot of challenges because they're dealing with this devil energy of toxicity that they've been feeling bound to. They're gaining passion and inspiration, being creative, wanting to take this opportunity. And what do we have for this devil energy card? What do we have? We know they're fighting. They feel like this relationship, if they stay in it, if they don't take the opportunity to explore, that they will be in a ruin. The deceitfulness, the financial stress, is bringing them to a ruin. This emperor that wants to escape, that's looking out, that wants to end this, bring it to a completion. They're looking for fulfillment. They're tired of being broke. They're tired of arguing. They're tired of being bound by addictions and lust, things that does not serve their highest good. And in meditation, what are they finding in meditation? What are they being guided? What move are they being guided to make? They're working hard. They're finding this situation dull. And they took a gamble, they feel, on this Queen of Swords, that they're in regret over, not going deeper. They may be getting readings, trying to foresee what is the proper plan to make, still searching for guidance, focus on their money, and they want a new love. These arguments and quarrels, this competition that they have, they're not feeling fulfilled. They're not gaining their wish fulfillment at all. They're blocked. They feel stuck. They're not getting what they thought they would be getting, but instead they're getting arguments. When they thought they were going to have a happy family and domestic bliss and harmony, but instead they're finding themselves in ruins, financially, mentally, emotionally, in this lustful addiction, in materialistic ways. They're going to be honest because they regret. They want to reveal the truth of what they are feeling, of how they're feeling stuck in the past. They want to move forward. They want to leave this and be independent. They're aware of the illusions, spell work possibly done on this emperor to stop their forward movement. But they're looking up, they're looking beyond where they stand out to the future. But they're feeling scatterbrained. They know that there's a lot of gossip going on. They feel insulted. They're being in these arguments that are probably very insulting and rude. They realize they've made poor plans and they want to break free. They're accepting that this was not for them and they're in a tower. They want to remove themselves from this upheaval. But they're feeling scatterbrained. And they have a fear of this change. They have a fear of repeating the same negative pattern. They're realizing they've been resisting change that has caused them delay and stagnancy, not rewards of a victory. They have no forward movement. And this Queen of Swords that is so nasty that they're dealing with, that this emperor is trying to get away from, is brokenhearted, feeling a lot of loss and grief. Maybe secrets are being revealed. There's a higher knowledge. There may be a high priestess, in the midst. This heartbreak. Why are they in heartbreak instead of wanting to take this forward movement and releasing this emperor? Why are they in heartbreak? Because they do not want to leave. They're in a Five of Swords, but they want to hold on. Even though they've been in rivalry and conflict with each other, they want to hold on to that. They may be wanting to block out team effort of maybe those in the background that want to help this emperor. Or maybe they're blocking out knowledge that people in their family group or friendship group are trying to share with them. They realize that this emperor no longer wants to work in a team effort with them. But they're being very defensive about it. They're determined to keep this emperor blocked. Also keeping themselves blocked, because why would you want to stay with someone that wants to leave? Why would you want to do that? Unless you're a codependent, reckless, well, this is a nasty one. Very nasty. Only in it for the materialistic gain. Maybe in it because of the codependence, wanting to keep this emperor bound to them. And now she's becoming a psycho-obsessed ex that won't let go. Excuse my cat. Helios gets so loud. This arguments and this stagnation that they're dealing with, because now they're looking deeper of what they have now. And they're in a firestorm, and they're understanding that spell work may have been done, but they want their wishes to come true. They want to escape this firestorm of drama and karma. But they were wearing a mask. They were being shady, bound with addictions and lusts, not really being a true emperor standing in their authority, living a lie, now coming into true acceptance, wanting to remove the mask, but they're feeling themselves blocked, stuck, because this Queen of Swords in reverse can be really nasty, really envious. She's okay with this devilish mentality. It may have been someone they started a workplace affair with that they are in regret. And there may be a love child involved, and I mentioned that earlier. It's a child that they're using to try to keep this emperor stuck. He got himself into something that he is having a hard time getting out of. He's finding now they were living in a fairy tale of tricks, illusions, and being phony. Two phonies coming together, not living in their truth. One that wants to escape this, and one that's holding on for dear life. Feeling the pressure and anxiety, knowing they need to make a decision. This emperor is running out of time. What else do we need to know about this emperor? They're dealing with legal matters because there's a child involved now. This divine masculine is praying for answers, praying for guidance, because he knows he's got himself into a really deep mess of a love-hate situation. One card hit the floor, and now he wants no strings attached with this Queen of Swords reverse that he thought was a twin flame. It may be a twin flame, but people need to understand that twin flame relations, these connections, they start out really hot, but then it becomes really rocky. It's very seldom that they come together first right off the bat when it starts off with that hot passion, because these situations most of the time are learning situations. Things that we're supposed to learn, lessons, and grow, not be tricked into with illusions, getting trapped with love children, and those that are using spell work that are going to only cause drama, bad credit, spiritually and in the 3D, They're in debt, karmic debt. Now going through a spiritual awakening, an ego death. They're spiraling, trying to maintain control because they still have someone saying, I love you. They don't want to let go. And this Queen of Swords reverse was a karmic lesson that they want to release. And they want to keep this a secret. They don't want people to know that they made this fatal mistake, being trapped and bound in a karmic situation that was all of manipulation, lust, addiction, and materialistic ways. So what's going to happen with this emperor that wants to be relieved of this issue? He's feeling like a jackass. And he's drinking now to cope. He wants to be detached from this situation. He wants to ghost it. He wants to ghost this off, on, and hot and cold situation that he got himself into. Thinking about past situations he was in that were better that he left behind. Because this quick, hot spark that was lit, that he thought was a twin flame for an ever-growing love, but it was only lust. It is always in a hot, cold, back and forth, drama, karma, and spell work that he found himself bound to. Now realizing it was just a karmic lesson. And this spell work, wow. He's praying, healing, and meditating, feeling fucked up over someone that he's left behind in the past, and massive regrets. Because now he has a love child that he's dealing with legal issues with a side chick. I'm taking this side hustle as a side chick that he's now drinking, trying to cope with the emotions and feelings that he has of feeling like a jackass and feeling ashamed, guilt, embarrassment for going in the wrong direction. Wow. Careful who you lay with. Careful who you decide to be in a long-term commitment with. Because even though you could be an emperor in the upright, if you're not healed, standing in your true authority, allowing yourself to be tricked into a situation where now you have a love child in a love-hate situation because you had a sneaky link that's now causing you legal issues of being ashamed, feeling guilty, and embarrassed because now you realize you went the wrong way and being seen as a jackass. It's better to be solo dolo, peep people out. And if you're in a higher vibration, that spell work won't hit. Peace.